Hello Team Galo, this is Coach Rico. Today we are doing lesson number 8, and today we're going to be doing the Omoplata, which is a great technique to learn with a dummy, or even better, a partner. There's a lot of things to go in with an Omoplata because it's kind of a fluid, it typically uses submission. It's not the high level position where a high percentage position that a lot of people would like, but there's a lot of things you can do with an Omoplata. You can go in and out of it very fluidly, or just strictly use it as Omoplata. A lot of people are like, what is an Omoplata? Well, Portuguese translation, it just really means shoulder. Shoulder. That's what we're doing. Okay, so if you have your dummy, we're going to need that. If you have a partner, even better, we can use that person. So I'm going to try to show you 2 techniques today to do with an Omoplata. I'm going to really break down the Omoplata, and then I'm going to show you kind of like a bonus thing that you can do with it. There's a lot of stuff in here. A lot of people will be like, oh, there's a go-go, there's this, there's that. You can switch, you can roll them through an arm bar. There's a lot of stuff you can do. Okay, Omoplata is just the beginning, and that's what we're doing. We're just doing the beginning standard version, okay? All right, so stay tuned, and I have some drills for you guys to do today too, okay? Cool. Okay, so we're gonna get our dummy all situated into like a closed guard format, okay? Legs around, okay? Same thing with if you have a partner. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start at the beginning of the Omoplata, okay? We're in nice closed guard position here, and then what we're gonna really wanna do is control the hands, because most likely your partner's probably gonna be doing something like this, hands in the middle. Hands on the mat is a sin, okay? We need to keep hands on top, because that's usually where they're gonna keep it. High level guys. This is kind of what beginners do. They do this, and then we're off to arm attacks, triangles, all kinds of stuff. But before we do it on the Omoplata, okay, I want to swim my hands through the middle, okay, and spreading the arms across, okay. Get you to set up this way because that's how it's going to be eventually when you have a real partner, okay. So that just right here is I'm going through, pushing it off to the side, okay. Now what I'm going to want to do once it's off to the side, I want to control the wrist. If your dummy's got one, okay, control that hand, and I want to put it over my knee. So I'm just going to unlock my closed guard for a second, and I'm going to put it around my calf there, my shin, okay? I'm controlling with that other hand around the head, okay? So a lot of the times we're in closed guard, and fire it across, controlling the head, pushing the arm back, and then getting it around my shin, okay? If I can, I'll put that foot right on the hip. It depends on your flexibility and your other partner. The other leg is just holding, okay? Now, I'm gonna start to scoot off to the other side so you can see. The other foot is gonna go right to the mat, okay? And I'm gonna shrimp out just a bit. Just getting my butt out to the side a little bit. Now from here, show you all the angles, need more cameras. From here, what I'm gonna wanna do is once I get shrimped out, I'm gonna start pushing the face away as far as I can, stiff arming it. That's gonna give me a lot of room to bring this foot over and in front of the face, just like that, okay? Once we're here, I can now let go of that wrist and kick forward, okay? I kick forward, both feet straight up, boom, okay? A lot of guys like to do something like this. I'm gonna show you something. Once we get here, like we're doing everything proper, right? Control, shrimping, pushing the face, and getting that leg over. Some guys like to do and triangle this right now. Is that wrong? No. But you're gonna find that the person's gonna have a lot of leverage to stay sitting up. And from here, we usually try to do something else. And I'll show you that next, okay? But for now, all I really want you to do is straighten out your legs so you kind of have a sit-up position and controlling the waist. Kind of like this. So, controlling the waist, and I have the arm through, okay? I'm gonna concentrate on the feet here. Next step is tucking the closest leg to the partner in. Other leg out. So we're kind of sitting in this nice little, kind of like a Z sit, little lightning bolt, or whatever you want to call it. A sit, a D sit. Once I'm here, I don't let go of anything. I'm just right here. Just holding my hand over the hip, and I tuck this kind of under my gut, okay? Under the belly. Just tuck that in there, holding it. Now what I'm gonna wanna do is touch my head on the opposite side of the mat here. You could probably do it here too, but I like to go here. That creates a lot of strain on the shoulder. We're basically doing a shoulder lock. If done too far, you can potentially tear the shoulder. So if you're with a partner, be careful, okay? Go slow. and I'm just gonna slowly ease over and get the tap, okay? Now, that whole system, one more time. You're starting in a closed guard position, hands in the middle, okay? We're gonna fire it through like that, controlling the head, reaching the wrist, okay? Firing it over the shin, foot goes to the mat, I shrimp out. I now push the face away and then bring that free leg all the way around the world in front of the face, just like that. I know a lot of people are saying like, oh, there's go-go's there, there's all kinds of stuff. Of course, lots of stuff here, but we're just working on the omoplata, okay? Once I'm here, I can let go of the wrist and continue to push my legs flat so I can sit all the way up, okay? If you don't have your legs straight and you're triangling it, they could potentially come sitting back up again and you're kind of losing the omoplata, okay? If this happens, I can show you a couple different things you can do. But if this happens, what you can do is just open it up and sit up again, okay? Now, once you have your partner or dummy in the position, you're holding the waist, foot, and feet. One crosses in, the other one crosses in, okay? Shoving that arm down low over the thigh, and then kind of trapping it with my belly. And then from here, we can even seat belt the guy and really start to pull and get that tap. Okay, guys? I want you guys to try that out a couple times, okay? And then we'll move on, all right? Good stuff. Okay, we're gonna work on a little bit of a bonus move with the omoplata. There's tons of stuff you can do. But here's one that's probably one of the most common, is if we're attacking an omoplata. And I left out a little tip on the last end, and I was just gonna add that in. Just because we're working with the dummy, it doesn't really require that much resistance, but I'm gonna add it in for you guys. Now, sometimes you're gonna run into a guy that's really strong, and he's not gonna wanna be flopping down, especially for little guy versus big guy. The omoplata is not necessarily the best thing to do versus that situation, unless you're really good at it and you can kind of work it your way. And I can show you how you can kind of fool guys by doing an omoplata and then turning it into something else. That's kind of like what I like to do a lot of the times. And with the big guy, you make him kind of look left, but really you want to go right, kind of thing. So anyway, same setup. Okay, got my dummy, hands in the middle. I do the same thing. So out, control, leg, I'm gonna push the face, and I'm gonna come around to here. Now, a lot of the times, you know, as soon as you try to push off, the guy starts pulling back up. He's sitting up like that, and I can't get him down. What we can do, right to a triangle, just whip around, open up your legs, and go around and try to collect the head, okay? You're gonna go around, collect the head, and chop down, grabbing ankle. Once that's there, collect. Now we can basically collect the arm. I mean, we can, if you have a partner, you can just pull the elbow across and try to get similar shoulder lock. But what we can do is just pop up your hips, pass the arm over across the face, shoving it across the face, collecting and squeezing to finish your triangle. So basically what you just amounted to here is an omoplata to a triangle, okay? Very sneaky stuff. There's a lot of other things you can do. I mean, I'll probably touch base on it once we get back in the gym. I mean, you could always ask me questions later in the comments too, and I could always send a private video. But anyway, here we go. Controlling the neck. Everything is pretty much the same, okay? As I push, leg in front, okay? Sometimes guys straighten out, they get to here, and they're having a hard time trying to get up because the guy keeps fighting, and they're in this rocking position, this halfway position between too strong and too weak. What I like to do is kind of scoop in and grab an ankle, okay? This is kind of another bonus one. What I'll do is I'll start to pull it over across my face, and I'll start to do like an alligator roll. So now I'm just sitting right on top of that arm. Usually from here, I'll just spin and sit for an arm bar. There it is. So that's also one you can practice as well. It's not necessary, but you can. I want you to practice the omoplata and the triangle. Okay, guys? A lot of stuff to do. But that one little tidbit I left out in the last video, like this last little snippet, is once we're in the omoplata, okay? Don't forget this little chest. Once we're here, but the arm is across and the person's down, I'm holding the waist, I can slink out away from them before I can finish. That'll actually bring their shoulder right flat to the mat and give them an extra pull. It'll actually give you a little bit. So as I'm holding onto the waist, I can just put my hand on the mat here just for a second, keeping my elbow bent and pushing away What that does is it brings the shoulder completely right down to the mat. I'm popping this side up just a little bit so I can actually come in for a nice seatbelt and finish. So you can add that little touch, okay? That's gonna help you a lot, okay? And then we'll move on to some drills. Good job. Okay, I have 4 drills planned for you today. We're gonna be using the dummy for most of them. And 4 drills, 4 minutes, 4 sets. Does that make sense? So we do it 4 times. 1 minute exercises each, okay? First one's pretty simple. You're probably gonna have, you have a dummy. It's a little bit harder than it is with a person. This person kind of automatically resets. But with the dummy, you're gonna have to do the resetting for it, which can add a little bit to your workout. If you're having a dummy, I would probably just up it a little bit, go a little bit longer. It's up to you. See where your threshold is at. Basically, what we're gonna be doing is that with our dummy, we're gonna be hitting multiple omoplata. So if we do the quick and dirty version, not with the whole setup, but basically, I'm gonna open up the hands, I'm gonna push the face, I'm gonna hit 1, okay? This foot here can go underneath the neck, and that will actually help me bring it back up. And then I can hit the other side by pushing on the face, coming across here, getting to that omoplata position, and then foot can go under the neck, see that? And lift up to go right into the closed guard, okay? It's a little bit monkeying around to do with the dummy, but it is what it is, my friends, okay? That's 1 minute of omoplata drills. Next up, simple, it's like a dummy press, okay? Depending on how heavy your dummy is, this might be easy, it might be hard, okay? But basically what you're gonna be doing, feet are gonna go on the hips, controlling the wrists like this, straight up, balancing, and we're just gonna be kicking 1, 2. I'm not pushing with my arms, just my feet. 1 minute of these, okay? Straight up, just balancing your dummy on your hips. Now, if those guys have heavier dummies, 100-pound dummies, things like that, if you're a beginner, try to use something a little bit lighter, or just do a normal squat. But anyway, next up, dummy squat. So I just get this guy on my shoulders, and we're just doing this. Straight down to the mat and up. You can widen your stance if you like, point your toes, and right down to the bottom if you can. Go all as far as you can. Okay, 1 minute of those. Pretty easy stuff. And last but not least, okay, I want 1 minute of slow push-ups, okay? Very easy stuff. So basically a slow push-up. You're starting here, you're just counting to 5 all the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So simple, up and down as best you can, okay? If you're having trouble, get your knees on the mat, just like that, and go slow, okay? For those guys that want more of a conditioning, go wide and go forward. Okay, go right on the floor and go real slow. Okay? A lot of different ways you can do it. So, each exercise, 1 minute. There's gonna be 4 exercises, obviously, and then I want you to do 4 sets. Okay? That should get you a little bit warm. Practice your omoplatas, okay? And stay fit, have fun. I'm gonna see you guys again on Wednesday. And then we're gonna go from there. As soon as I hear some stuff, I'll let you guys know as well, okay? So happy training, Team Galo. See you soon.